So, theorem, oops, that's uniqueness. Existence and uniqueness. So, if we happen to have a differential equation that looks like y double prime plus p of x, y prime plus q of x, y is some function of x. Suppose that's not really an if, that's really the thing I'm considering. And how about if p and q and f are continuous on an interval a to b with some x naught in that interval a to b, then my differential equation given above with initial conditions y of x naught is y naught and y prime and x naught is, I don't know, something.
Y prime not.
K. Y prime not. Sure, what the hell, let's abuse notation badly.
No.
Then star has a unique solution on a B. Cool. Basically this says, yo dude, you can solve spring systems, right? As long as, this is actually just a little bit more generic than a spring, right? This would be the friction varies a little bit, right? And this would be the spring constant varies a little bit. Both of those are kind of reasonable. They do have to vary continuously at least. What is this other thing?
Is that like violating the law of conservation of energy just a little bit?
No, so remember when I built this thing, it was a little bit like mass times acceleration plus friction times velocity plus spring constant times position is
0?
Yeah, is 0, right? This is like all the, this is
The sum of all forces.
right, the sum of the forces is the friction plus the spring's displacement, like that's it. So what if there's something else? Well, the something else would go kind of over there, right?
Well, what is that?
What is that something else?
Not a closed system.
Okay, where have you seen a spring on which the only forces were the spring and friction?
In
Like,
physics book.
don't they usually have gravity acting on them? You see that? Like, this only works for springs laying on the table,
That's fair.
right? If I have a spring up and down, it has some external force on it.
Oh, there was a slinky in one of these classrooms, and I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know where it went.
I think it's in this one. It used to be in this
I
one.
wanted to put it the other day. It was
Sadly not in the drawer. At any rate, if I had a slinky, that would be the appropriate thing for this. So that's where your kind of external forcing would go. Other things would be some kind of air resistance or, well, the really common one is to whack it with a hammer, but we don't know how to deal with that yet. Why would whacking it with a hammer not fall under this?
It's a sudden
It's
change.
not differentiable, probably.
Yeah, it's A, probably not differentiable, and B, probably not even continuous.
Is a good way to kind of think about this, maybe, is that stuff's like in the system, and then like the other thing would be like outside the system?
Yeah, which is exactly why we call this thing the external forcing. Cool.